Hello, guys. So this is the first official story time. My name is Makwena, aka Gwena the Double, aka Gwena the Lip Sync Queen. Um, so this is my first story time. I thought I should share my experience working at TakeAlot. So yes, where do I begin? I worked at TakeAlot. How I ended up working there is I used to work obviously in corporate and everything, and my contract there ended and they couldn't renew it. So in my efforts to try and generate some source of income, I applied to work at TakeAlot. See, the thing is, they don't tell you that it's not the best choice for someone who's not afraid of risks. Like they don't tell you that. No, look, if you're gonna work here, just know that this might happen. So anyway, I started working at TakeAlot in January of this year, January 2020. Um, so obviously there's two sides of TakeAlot. There's the Mr. D and then there's TakeAlot. Mr. D obviously is the Uber Eats some direct competition. So you there's two sides of it. So when I enlisted at the Soweto branch, the TakeAlot Soweto branch, and then so the one here they split us into two groups, Group A and Group B. So I was part of Group B. So we'll alternate every day. So today will be Group B and tomorrow will be Group A, and so forth. So if Group A is doing parcels, which is the take-a-lot boxes, Group B would be doing Mr. D for the entire day. So that's how the shifts work. So if tomorrow it's us doing food, the other team does parcels. So it was the 25th of March. I remember because it's my birthday month. So it was the 25th of March. It's a normal day. I've been doing parcels, I'm a pro at this, and obviously they split us. You know which routes you're going to take. So the routes I usually take are deep Soweto. So when I talk about deep Soweto, I'm talking about from Dube, from Mfolo South, from White City, Jabavu, then Mfolo North, Mfolo Central. After that, it's CWJ, it's Zola, Zondi, and then it's Jablan as well. And then there's Mdeni South, Mdeni. The Mdeni being the last side of it. So that's the route I usually would take. No one else would take them. And I never asked myself why. So it was only just two females who usually do Deep Soweto, which was me and my friend Nelly. She also was also like it's caucus against is deep Soweto amongst females. Me and her were like the like the go-to people to do deep Soweto when it comes to females, because most of the time it was the males who did deep Soweto, and I never thought why, you know. So it was a normal day. I went in. It was a lot of parcels. So it was a lot of parcels. So I got around 30. I got 30 on that day. That's actually very low. On a good day, we can good get around 47. But because I drive a very small car, a Picanto, I can't take that many parcels because they can't all fit. Okay. If I'm lucky, I can fit 47, provided they're all like small boxes. So that's the only time I can actually take a large amount of boxes. So on that day, that day I was like, you know what? Let me not take this deep Soweto I'm used to taking. So I told my friend, I'm like, no, look, today I'm gonna take deep Soweto, but not the deep Soweto that I'm used to. So what I did was like, I'm gonna take deep Soweto that has Moroka, deep Soweto. There's a deep Soweto, there's two deep Sowetos. There's the one that I do, and then there's the one that starts by Rockville, that's Moroka, and then there's Dlamini, those routes, and then the all ultimately all end in Mdeni as well. So I was like, okay, let me do that deep Soweto, but instead of fetching it from the Morocco side, I'll go straight to Mdeni so that I can just come this side and come to an end with Rockville. So I tell her that, and then I get my parcels, 37 of them, 30 of them, I mean. I get into my car, it's around 8 a.m. I get into my car. I start by Mdeni. I'm driving. I start delivering one. And luckily this time I didn't start Mdeni, I started where? Yeah, I started by what is this? I think by Gladi. I'm not sure where. I don't remember exactly, but because by the time I got to Mdini, I already delivered like 6 parcels. So start delivering as normal, but like I started at the back of Soweto before moving to forward. So I start delivering as normal. So and then I get to Mdeni South. The Mdeni South, that's by Mdeni Library. So there's that street there by Mdeni Library. So there's Mdeni Library, then there's this street here and there's houses here. So I go in there. The moment I stop my car, I open the door and then I close it and I knock on the gate. I said, 1, 2, go, black type thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, go. Nisati. When I was about to continue knocking, this guy approaches me. He's like, scream, I'm standing there. I'm like, brother. I'm thinking he's joking. I'm not even realizing what's happening. And then he's like, scream, in. And then I'm looking at him. As I'm looking at him, 2 guys approach my car. So this guy is now here by me. Then he takes my phone. He takes the car keys, and then he takes the car keys, and then it takes my hand, my arm. He grabs me here, and it takes me to my car. So he opens my driver's side. He opens that door, and then he tries opening my other door. Now, me, you know what I'm saying? Me being the person I am, when I went car shopping originally, I researched the most hijacked cars and the benefits of central lock and all of that. So when I went shopping, I opted not to get a car that has central locking. So my car is the type of car that each door has to be opened individually. So even if you open by my car, my driver's side, even if you open there, you just open the door. You didn't open the entire door. So now he's fighting with my door. I'm standing, I'm looking at him, I'm like, you have to open from the inside. I'm obviously he opens my side. Mind you, my car is full of parcels. The only space that's there is by where I was sitting by the driver's seat. So these other guys that side, they're trying to open their door. So and this one is pushing me in the back. So I don't know how I fit in there. They pushed me in the back and they closed my door, and then these 2 are trying to open. I'm like, you have to open it from the inside. And then this one crosses over and opens for the other guys. So they come in and then they're like take that jersey and cover your head. So they bend my head. I'm sitting like this, and then they cover my head with the jersey. After that, I can tell that they're driving. So they start the car. They start driving. Obviously, there was a problem when I was starting my car, because my car's a type that you have to start with the clutch. So obviously they don't know that they're used to automatics. Mine was not automatic. So they start that and like, clutch. I'm like this at that time. I'm like, clutch, which we start. And then that's when I hear my car starting and then it starts moving. I'm like this whole time. And they're having these conversations in the car. They're having this conversation and then they're like, nigga phone, I keep a SIM card, yeah, it's touch your phone. They're debating about it. That one's like, no, it's in. And then I'm like, and then I do this. I'm like, please, kadlam. So I have this habit of putting my bank cards in the phone cover. I open the phone cover and usually put my cards there. So this time I did have my card. So I'm like, kadlam. So I take out my Absa card. Damn me, I leave my gem card. So anyway, I take my Absa card, I put it here, and then they push me back down like this, and they take my phone. That was the last I saw my phone. I'm sitting like this. Not even 5 minutes, we arrived where we are. I can tell that they stopped somewhere, and then there's a gate that's been opened, and then they drove in and they closed it. They switch off the car, they start fighting with my doors. They try opening the other door, and obviously they have to open it where? From the inside. So I'm like this. I'm like, Melu vule ngaphakathi. So what they do now, they open my door because mine wasn't locked. Remember, they put me in there. So they open my door, and then after opening my door, and they push me like this, and then they taking all the boxes. There's boxes here. The boxes are like this. I'm sitting in my car, and the boxes are here. It's packed. I'm doing this. You're taking my car and everything. I'm still covered. I don't see shit. Okay, excuse the language. I'm sorry. I don't see anything. So I'm like this. And then I can tell they're trying to open the boot. I'm like, you have to open the boot with the key. Obviously, yeah, police boot is key. Yeah. They open the boot. I can tell they're taking out, whatever. And once they're done, they all get into my car. I'm still like this. They drive my car, I don't know where to, and then eventually they stop. They're like, lalela ke sis, usezola khona manje yazi indlela kuye ekhaya. I'm like, yeah, ngiyayazi. But iziphe 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, ungana wasusa leyo jezi, ugibele ungene phambili, ubheke phambili, udrive uhambe. And then they leave. They get out of the car. I get out of the car, and then there's silence. Obviously, I don't wait 10 minutes. I'm still like this. I'm covered. I don't know where I am. After they leave, I'm like 5 seconds. I take off the jersey. I look at the back. I don't see anything. I just see I'm parked next to this house. And then after that, I open the door. I open my passenger door and then go into the driver's seat. I lock all the doors. And then I get to my car and start driving.